to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Moe's Guitars is the proud sponsor of Girls Talk Rock. Over 35 years of helping girls and guys rock. Moe's Guitars, M-O-Z-E, guitars.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
Well, hello, Tracy. How you doing? Here we are for Girls Talk Rock.
Hello, Beth Venus.
We're so excited to be here tonight. Of course, it is a beautiful Wednesday night in San Diego, but actually, our guest tonight is far and away.
Yes, we're talking back east, New York somewhere, I believe.
Our guest tonight is Laura B. Whitmore. Laura, are you there with us?
Yes, I am. Hello.
We're so thrilled to have you.
Amazing. Thank you for calling in.
I just want to let our guests know, of course, if you look up Ms. Whitmore on Google, the first thing that says you're a music marketer, and we're going to talk about that this hour. Singer, a songwriter, event producer, of course, founder of the Women's International Music Network. She's all the way out in Massachusetts. Are you still out in Massachusetts right now, or are you calling from elsewhere?
No, I am in Massachusetts in my home.
Awesome.
On your nice couch.
And your alma mater is Hofstra University, which is a family alma mater. My dad's a graduate of Hofstra.
Yeah.
Hoorah, Hofstra. And but we're just so happy to see you tonight. I don't know if you remember, of all the thousands of people you met at NAMM, Tracy and I, of course, were two of them. And boy, were we impressed in getting to see you again this year at the She Rocks Awards, of course, at NAMM, and the growth of that event. And we're going to talk about that as well.
Yes, we are.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a fun time this year.
It's phenomenal.
Cool. Well, we're going to get right into our show because we have 1 hour to talk to you. But what we were going to go right into was about your early days. We wanted to find out who is Laura B. Whitmore in the early days.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, how early do you want to go?
Well, we're talking about in music and stuff like that. So
when did you know that your interest in music hit home? When did you really realize that was going to be?
Well,
a big part?
when I was a kid, I loved music, and I actually had an inspiring elementary school music teacher. I think that's what got me into music. And all through school, I did music, and I went to college for music at Hofstra. My undergrad degree is in music. But I sort of ended up weaving my way into the business side of things because my family is none of them are musicians. They're all business people. So, I ended up in the music business, which was great. And I worked for CBS Records for a couple of years right out of college. And then I got a job at a company called Korg USA, which is a musical instrument distributor with Korg keyboards.
Yeah, we know Korg.
Also repped the Marshall amps and VOX amp brands, and I did artist relations for them. And
so you fell into it pretty well.
Yeah,
What's
that's cool.
that?
You fell into the the business side of things really comfortably. You're such an obvious leader, and you're kind of a take charge of things person. During this time when you were involved in you're at Hofstra, you're getting a music degree, you're studying with all the academia of music, which is a whole different ball of wax and very challenging. Were you really thinking, gosh, how can I work in my own music and still have this business career, or was that a sidebar for the time?
That's all I was thinking. I still wanted to be a rock star. Maybe I still do. I'm actually going on tour this year, which I've never done before. So, but yes, I really did want my music to happen. I was always thinking, how can I get into the back door or the side door or whatever other door it was. But and I did perform in many bands throughout my time, in college and working in the industry, and I continued to perform regularly. So.
Well, yeah, early on, why don't you tell us a little bit about somebody that might have inspired you, other than your music teacher, to get into music, and what were your inspirations as far as people that were already doing it in the business?
Musicians or business people?
Yeah, musicians.
So I loved Carole King, Big fan of Carly Simon, and I actually got to meet Carly Simon my first year I was working in the business, I got to meet Carly Simon, which kind of I could talk to anybody, but not Carly. I was kind of flabbergasted by that.
Rightly so.
But, and then I love singer-songwriters like Glenn Phillips and Sean Colvin and, a million others. I'm sort of, my music is kind of in that vein. So.
Yeah, it sounds like you've got that acoustic and very melodic style. I think I grew up being a big fan of Carole King, being a pianist, and you're always like, they wrote it on a piano. It sounds so awesome. And were you writing during this time, even if you weren't performing all your original stuff? Were you, was that a constant?
I was writing a lot, and I still do. And I actually, it's funny, I have 2 kids, and I stopped for a while when I had kids, and I got my master's degree somewhere in there, and that was, very time-consuming. It sucked a lot of energy. So I didn't write for many years, and then about 8 years ago, I moved out to California for a while and got back into writing, and that was so energizing to be writing again. And I've done a lot of co-writing recently, and it's been wonderful. So I usually, when I perform, I do original music. So it's been
that's very
fun.
cool. And now, what we'd be curious about is what was your first big breakthrough band, if you had one? And what style of genre of music did you do?
During that early time, when you're really deciding.
Okay, this is going way back.
Yeah.
I was in a band in New York called Frank's Pants. It was a southern rock band. There was 8 people in the band, and we had a really good partying time. That was a pretty fun band.
So I think Frank had to come up with that name, huh? If it was Frank's Pants?
Frank was the drummer. He had some big pants.
That is delicious.
That's funny.
And this was an original band you guys would play. Were you playing local lounges?
No, it was covers. This was a cover band.
That's a great cover band name.
It was a pretty big, fun band to be in.
Who wouldn't want to go see Frank's Pants?
That's right.
Yeah.
Heck, we might want to dig up some covers of Frank's Pants.
One of the pants. That's a great name. I just think it's interesting how, we're really interested in how someone like yourself, who's doing so much, and we have so much to talk about, but that core of you playing
the
music,
early days,
making music, and always having it be, an instrumental part of your life, and even going through school and everything. So when you were getting your master's, were you thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going way too business side, I miss my music, or you're like, keep me on track, I'm in the right place?
It's funny. When I decided to get my master's degree, I knew what that meant. I made a conscious decision. I was like, okay, if I do this, I'm going to have to stop creating music for a while. I just didn't have the time. And you do kind of get sucked in. I mean, I was very fortunate that I was applying what I learned in school to the music industry, so I was around music all the time. And I was with other musicians every day, because a lot of people that worked with me were musicians. And I would still sing on people's, songs for them or whatever once in a while. But it was difficult for me to get away from music so much. And I was so happy when I got back into it, and that's a whole other story.
Well, it's such a big change, and you mentioned having kids and everything, and it's something, here we are on Girls Talk Rock, and, it's something that we really, I know men have families, but I truly believe that when us gals do it, it is a lot different.
Yeah, and you have to put certain things off, and you have to, make concessions, and you have to do, you have to live.
Hey, it looks like you've got your family pretty involved now too, and so seeing that it's a part of your life as a whole package, and not just on the business side, is one of those very exciting things, which we're going to definitely be coming to.
Yes,
the music you're playing now, and the music you were playing when you started out in those college years and moving forward. Do you think you've come full circle? It's still like we're going to talk about your tour later, but we also want to know is the music, you think, trending towards that style that's like a comfortable shoe, getting into those melodic and a folk style?
Some of it is, but I've really been expanding what I've been writing and performing, and I'm very, very happy with it. I've been writing some more kind of bluesy and even gospel-tinged songs that are maybe a little more upbeat and fun to perform live, and that's been a great, evolution for me.
Yeah. Now, do you see yourself going back to your, early writing days of the genre or the style or whatever you were writing back in the day? Is it coming into what you're writing now, or are you completely a different, writer, genre, growth, all that?
I think there's a little of that still, and especially in like the melodic choices I make, sort of tend to harken back to those original, people that influenced me. But there's a lot of new stuff too. It's really fun to not have to pigeonhole yourself in that way. And I've been really enjoying writing the new music and performing the new music that I've been working on. So I wouldn't say it's like a comfortable shoe and I'm going back to it. It's actually me pushing myself to do more and to write in different ways and with different people.
That's so exciting.
Right. That's cool.
I think it's so impressive. Anybody who's written alone to write with other people, I think it's such a huge task. And we're just getting ready for our first 3-minute break. Can you believe that? Our first quarter.
I know. Are we going to commercial?
But, Laura, we're so just thrilled and excited about you because you are just the bomb to us. And we want to come back. We want to talk about your writing, collaborating with other people. And we want to talk about what you're most satisfied doing. Now you can genuflect and tell us where you find the most satisfaction. And really going into the new seasons with you and what you do with your music and your marketing. Yeah,
well, we're also going to talk about the WiMN Network, and we're also going to talk about the She Rocks Awards itself for 2017, what's going to be coming up with that. And, we're just going to be talking about all that good stuff, Laura. So if you hold on to the phone just 3 minutes, Laura, we'll be back from our commercial break. I also want to thank Moe's Guitars, who's our sponsor, and we also have the Entertalk Radio, of course, is what we're on right now, and we'll be back in 3 minutes. Just hold tight.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Thank you for listening to WS Radio. Improve your business and your life with useful information from experts and thought leaders. WS Radio is radio with ROI.
You may have heard me brag about Progressive Medical Center and just how much they've helped me with my health. And Dr. Goley, one thing that you have helped so many people with is migraines.
Unfortunately, there are millions and millions of Americans who are suffering with migraines and headaches, and they're debilitating because it affects the quality of their life, and they cannot function properly. At Progressive, we get to the root cause because we understand that migraines could be caused by nutritional deficiencies, hormonal imbalances, believe it or not, delayed food sensitivities. And once we determine what the real reason is, we put a plan of action together with medication that we get them off slowly, and we put them on an all-natural approach, and the results are amazing.
Incredible. I mean, there's so many people that can say they don't live their lives with migraines anymore thanks to Progressive Medical Center.
And that's what's exciting and rewarding to us as physicians because we help our patients take control of their health, and that's why they're living well.
Why don't you get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today? Don't live in pain. Don't have migraines anymore. Just go to their website, progressivemedicalcenter.com.
This is your life. Live it well.
Hey guys, CS Keys here to introduce you to San Diego's #1 health meal prep provider, Fresh and Fit Meals. With over 40 menu items to choose from, several pickup locations all over America's finest city, made and delivered fresh, never frozen. Save on time and money. Super convenient and improves the quality of your life. Just visit the website, freshandfitmeals.com, for all the menus and the pricing. Or give them a call at 858-805-5949 for more details. Remember, you are what you eat, so you might as well be fresh and fit with Fresh and Fit Meals.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit moesguitars.com or their Facebook page. mozeguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.
Talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Moe's Guitars is the proud sponsor of Girls Talk Rock. Over 35 years of helping girls and guys rock. Moe's Guitars, M-O-Z-E, guitars.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
And welcome back, everybody. Beth Venus and Tracy Smith. We are back. I just want to give a quick shout out to Catherine Beeks, Listen Local Live, All Access Fest tomorrow at the Music Box, which is one of our favorite venues here in town. I will be out there taking video and pictures and having a really great time. And you all should come out and you all should support local. And let's do this.
Look at us shitting all over our clients.
Not really.
Welcome back, Laura B. Whitmore. Thank you for holding, and we're so happy to have you with us. We left off talking about, just bringing up that you've just been a musician your whole life. But now in your career, of course, you're the owner of Mad Sun Marketing. You were also founder of the Women's International Music Network.
Correct.
Tell us which of these, for our listeners, came first, and where right now do you spend the most time with Mad Sun?
Well,
it's a trick question, right?
That is a trick question. I started Mad Sun Marketing about 8 years ago when I left Korg USA and moved out to California. So that's been really fun. I do marketing and PR for music companies in all different parts of the country. I have one client that's in London, and I do all kinds of different elements of marketing, event production, and I'm a writer, journalist, and
so
that's all
that
part of what we do with Mad Sun. So
is that part of what's a part of Mad Sun is getting into blogs and registries and newspapers and promoting actual events, or you have more in promoting the actual artist?
We don't work with artists, so we work with companies. So
Okay.
we have brands that are our clients.
That's perfect. We love building brands. That's what I love to do. That's my favorite thing.
So that's been great because I've used a lot of my skills as a marketer and a publicist, over the years to develop that. And that's kind of our bread and butter is, what we do with Mad Sun. And then the Women's International Music Network launched in 2012. And the first She Rocks Awards was in January of 2013. And we do spend a lot of time on that project, but it's a labor of love.
Well, and it's grown so much. I know we're talking about all these, but as it pertains to the She Rocks, for our listeners, if you haven't attended NAMM, which if you're a San Diegan or an Orange County or an LA, Southern California, you have absolutely no excuse not for going to NAMM. And secondarily, you have no excuse, male or female, not to go to the She Rocks Awards. I've been going since the get-go when you guys were really little. I was just an attendee, just checking things out because it was about women, so it got my ear right away. And we watched it just really blossom as an event. Has it taken on a life of its own, the She Rocks Awards, with the really A-listers that you have come to entertain and to be part of the project, or has that just been like every inch earned? How hard has it come?
I would say it's a little of both.
Yeah.
It kind of has blown my mind how much it's grown in just 4 years to become this really huge kind of cornerstone event of the NAMM show with big name celebrities, but it is a huge amount of work.
Yeah.
And still a lot of just banging on doors, but there's been a lot of really burgeoning support in the industry for what we're doing with the Women's International Music Network and with the She Rocks Awards. And, so it's kind of nice to feel like you are putting in a huge amount of effort, but it's actually getting you somewhere, And I've had companies who have talked to me about, hey, we think now about, how we present women and being more inclusive of bringing more women into the industry, and all those things that you hope would happen. So even though I feel like there's still a long way to go, I feel like the effort is bearing fruit. So that's
well,
wonderful.
do you feel like that's the mission statement for the Women's International Music Network, is to really make sure that the industry sees the relevance of women in the industry, or is there another really theme going underlying?
Yeah, that's part of it. I mean, part of it is that I want to get the attention of people in the industry to make them more aware of their behaviors and sensitive to, like, hey, wait, you're right, there's no women in the room. Why is that?
Right.
But on the other side of it, I want girls and women to realize, that there are role models out there, that they should be part of this conversation. There's no reason why they can't be, and that there are a lot of women doing amazing things in the music industry, and they should never feel like they couldn't be part of that because they're female. So a huge part of what we do is, trying to shine a spotlight on role models, female role models in the industry.
That's so clear. Going there and whether you're, again, a man or a woman, you go to NAMM, and it is somewhat of a sausage fest. But you go into the Women's She Rocks Awards, and you just are totally at home so quickly. And what I was so impressed with, especially these past 2 years, is there were tables of I'd say, teenage gals, just giddy happy to be there, cute as anything, and excited to see some of their role models. But there were just as many tables of middle-aged women just really celebrating the fact that it existed. You guys were reminding the world of their relevance. So what is amazing thing.
And it's funny too, because originally I started the event because I didn't know the other women in the industry, and I had been in that industry my whole career.
Yeah.
So I felt like, well, I can't believe there's no event that brings women in the industry together,
Yeah, it's huge.
But I would say that, yes, it's wonderful. There are a lot of young girls that come, which I think is amazing. But also there's a lot of men there, too, which I love as well.
You know,
that the men are saying, like, it's cool. These women rock,
Well, and the guests you've have reminded us really just how many people are involved in the music scene, that some of them are household names and some aren't. How do you, collaborate on those events when it's a performance-based event like that? Really just, and, we were laughing. We didn't get to see enough performance from someone like you. We're like, oh, she didn't throw herself in the mix enough. But, you laugh because you're running it, right? So you're like, oh, a chance to play with some amazing people. Who's making those decisions, and are you being more picky now because you really realize the relevance, or how's that going down, like, for upcoming year?
I have a team that works for me, our Mad Sun team. I have two people that work for me full-time, Tom Gilbert, who's in Nashville, and Pauline France, who's out in Arizona, and I pretty much make a lot of the decisions myself with their input, and they're really helpful for me to bounce thoughts off of, But my whole goal with that event is for it to feel really balanced. Like, there's a bunch of different performances. They are different genres of music, different mixes of people, and then in between that are awards to women kind of behind the scenes in the industry. But I want those women to feel as important as, a big-name performer who's on the same stage that they are,
Absolutely.
So
that's obvious.
We are very, hyper-involved in every element of that production.
So out of all the things that you're doing right now, what would you say that you would say is your most satisfying to date that you're working on currently? Would it be your music? Would it be the She Rocks? Would it be, your mad...
the Mad Sun.
Well,
Mad
I
scientist
am really in love with my new music, so that's definitely at the top of my list. But you're going to laugh, but I'm also producing an event series in New York City with a partner named Brad Talinsky. We work on that project together, and that's been really fun. It's a series of live interview events that are streamed on AOL.com and taped at the AOL studio in New York. And that's been great. It's called Backstory, and we're kind of growing this
That
from
sounds awesome.
a little seedling into something really amazing. So,
how can our listeners check that out?
Yeah, if you go to our website is backstoryevents.com, and you can see past interviews that we've done. We've done some really big name artists. We just did one with Ace Frehley last week from Kiss.
Hey, he lives out here. What's he doing out there?
That's right. And just a bunch of people. It's been really fun.
How exciting!
For you to bring. So that's been super fun. I guess I have a thing about developing something new. I see the potential in things a lot. So
you're a mama bear. You look out. You see the possibility in everything. It's so awesome. Going into our next quarter, really, because we're just closing out.
Next segment.
I just want to let our listeners know we really do want to talk to you also about the opportunities that are coming up for artists and what Women's International Music Network really has to possibly offer and what our artists should be doing to try to connect with the network and to be part of some of these events and projects that you've got on task. And even with your show now, Backstory, and working with your marketing, we want to see what you think is on the horizon for artists who want to reach out to some of these projects that you're in, some of these successful projects.
Yeah, and also when we come back, we want to talk more about the creation of the WiMN Network. We have a bunch more questions on that, a lot more questions on the She Rocks Awards, and a lot more questions on what is the future hold for Laura B. Whitmore.
Her tour, of course.
All of it, all the music, all the...
We're going to get every place she goes to. We're going to make sure they all get her show, her tour.
Yes. And then we're going to talk about links, too, as well. We want everybody to know, how to get a hold of you and where you're at. So thank you, Moe's Guitars, for being the best part of Girls Talk Rock, which is our sponsor. They've been in business 40 years, and they make girls and guys continue to rock. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Just hold on tight.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
On the internet, your business's reputation can be unjustly destroyed in an instant. Don't wait for that to happen. Building and marketing your 5-star reputation can increase your business by as much as 19%. Take control of your reputation and have the 5-star reputation you deserve with Reputation Marketing Solutions by DSI Development. Become the go-to company by visiting 5starrepmarketing.com. The number 5starrepmarketing.com.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit moesguitars.com or their Facebook page. mozeguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
You've heard me bragging about Progressive Medical Center and how they've helped me feel so much healthier. But one thing, Dr. Agoli, that a lot of people come to you with is just unexplained pain. They just can't get any relief. Why can Progressive Medical Center's Pain Management Center help them?
First of all, we have to acknowledge that pain is for real, and you've got acute pain and chronic pain. Here's the problem. That acute pain turns to chronic, which is long-standing, and no one's getting to the root cause. There's several key diagnostic components that help us get to the root of what's causing this pain. Is it inflammation? Once we do a thorough evaluation to get to the root cause, determine if it's structural or if it's a metabolic issue. And this way, we put an individualized program for pain management involving correcting the spine, using certain injections when necessary, and we get our patients out of pain quicker, and they stay out of pain because we teach them how to live their life well.
Don't let yourself live in pain any longer. Get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today at progressivemedicalcenter.com.
Progressive Medical, this is your life, live it well.
Hey guys, CS Keys here to introduce you to San Diego's #1 health meal prep provider, Fresh and Fit Meals. With over 40 menu items to choose from, several pickup locations all over America's finest city, made and delivered fresh, never frozen. Save on time and money. Super convenient and improves the quality of your life. Just visit the website, freshandfitmeals.com, for all the menus and the pricing. Or give them a call at 858-805-5949 for more details. Remember, you are what you eat, so you might as well be fresh and fit with Fresh and Fit Meals.
Talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Moe's Guitars is the proud sponsor of Girls Talk Rock. Over 35 years of helping girls and guys rock. Moe's Guitars, M-O-Z-E, guitars.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
Hey,
Choo-choo!
Choo-choo! We're back here with the beautiful Laura B. Whitmore. And we are just excited to talk about everything for those of you who have been listening and just tuned in. Laura B. Whitmore is the founder of the Women's International Music Network. She is also owner of Mad Sun Marketing. She is also a musician unto her own right.
Blogger. We're going into all of it.
And she does a wonderful interview program called Backstory.
Yes.
Which is
we just found out
another
about.
wonderful part of her, which just brings her into our world so much. So we just adore her for that.
Right.
And she is also one of the founders of the She Rocks Awards. And I'm sure I'm missing like 20 million things, but we're talking on this. How are you doing, Laura? How are you doing out there back east?
I am doing well.
Oh, good. Your voice sounds much better. We got you recalled
Yes,
in.
I'm
Everything's
sorry. Technical difficulties.
good. No, it's all good.
All good.
So what I'm
good.
curious about is when you were creating the Women's Network, was it in the back of your mind, or was it created because of what you thought was the inequity of women's voices in the music industry, and was that obvious?
Yeah, it came out of a blog I was writing for Guitar World that focused on female musicians. I just started writing it because I felt like, wow, they never covered women, and I was working with them. And as I started doing that, women came up to me. They were like, wow, thank you so much for giving us this voice. We are so underserved here in the media. And that kind of grew into me realizing, like, wow, yeah, there's this gap. There's this hole in the conversation that women are not included. And it kind of grew organically that way. But as I started getting more and more involved, I realized I had this idea in the back of my mind about creating an organization and this event. So, yeah, it kind of all grew together, but I didn't go into it saying, hey, I'm going to make an organization for women and we're going to do this event. That kind of just developed as, things just kind of wove their way around. So,
yeah, and what is your personal thoughts on the fact that it is a male-dominated world that we call music? I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
It's one of those things. I was just having a conversation about this today that because it's always been that way, you have to put extra effort into changing those things.
Yes.
And, sometimes I bump up against we don't, why should we call special attention to women? All artists should be acknowledged for their art. And I agree with that, but the world is not perfect. We have to create this space for women to participate. Yeah. Because that's not been the way it has been. But I feel like, especially in popular music, a lot of it is about, it's about sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It's about that mojo of, sex appeal and whatever. And there's a lot of male stuff in that. So
right. Yeah, that's one of those things I'm wondering. How do you as a marketing professional,
yes,
and also as a musician,
yes,
wedge that gap? Because inevitably, well, we've had Ronnie Lee on a few times, and she's this great artist, and we have this line called "Don't touch my knobs, man."
Because men think that they can walk up on stage and just tweak her knobs on her amp when she's in the middle of playing. I mean, come on.
She's like, so we want to get T-shirts that say "Don't touch."
Yeah, so we're going to build those T-shirts.
I love
we'll send
that. Well, I think part of it is like you have to create opportunities for women to be part of, be active participants. And I feel like that's happening. Like, I host events for women musicians that are run by women with women, female engineers at the board and everything. Like, we're not touching anybody's knobs.
The women's are the ones touching the knobs, not the men. Right on.
But we're listening to some great music. But, and part of it is that, like, I see a lot of young girls, who don't even necessarily acknowledge that it's a boys' club. They just go out and do their thing. So
yeah, I think it's changing a
creating
little.
that space for women to participate on their own terms, I think, is really important.
Yeah, and most of the guys that we even talk to and ask that question, when we do have guys on our show, we ask them about this question, how they feel about it. They said, hey, first of all, I love working with women. And second of all, most of the women that I know, they're getting much further than the men that I know that are in bands and everything else, because it's just that certain, it might be changing, though, is what I'm saying.
I contend it. And the reason I'm so glad to talk to you about it and have the open discussion about it is it's not to be victims at all.
Right.
But I do think, talking to Laura, like just the need for a women's network like this, not many guys, we're not like, hey, take off your pants. Right. But as a performer, I don't think I've ever been at a gig where I haven't asked somebody ask how old I am, who I'm doing in the band. Or
if you're a mama,
or could
how many kids, or whatever.
Yeah, do you have kids, or can I bring my shirt down a little lower?
Right.
So
oh my gosh.
These are all issues in 2016, and I'm nose-boring chicken. So to me, it's like, well, some things dissipate, but some things just don't change. The objectification.
Well, for instance, sex sells. That's a big thing. So
yeah, I guess.
Unfortunately.
But I don't have much of it to sell. I just want to play some music. So I think in sharing with new artists, like you said, there's so many artists who just don't even acknowledge that there's issue. And then also there's artists. What do you do with the women artists who maybe want to push that part of their career? They want to use all that. Should we be just as supportive of that, of using all the TNA and everything you've got to make it happen? Or is that something that's...
Well,
be a little more respectful.
I have mixed feelings about that because it's really hard to be an artist. And I don't want to, say anything negative about somebody who is using what they got to further their career. Like, it's tough,
Yeah.
But would I do that? No, I wouldn't do that. And I wouldn't want my daughter to do that. But I can understand why women do,
And it comes down to morals.
Yeah.
Or
part of it.
How you're raised.
It's like, well, you want to get attention. Being a musician is part of that is having eyeballs on you, right? Like,
Madonna.
That's what you want.
I mean, like the queen of performance, like Madonna.
Right.
Talk about a marketing person, right? Who had that down, but she's also an icon for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, right. Her clothing and everything else, the way she dressed and presented herself and her music on stage, and
right. And I guess how do we get people?
She had some kind of swagger, though.
She did. Well, she had some really good people writing for her as well and with her, so that's another thing.
I want to get to that place.
I don't think there's any easy answer to that question.
No, there's not.
No, we tackle the big stuff here.
We just like to take that on because we just like to know from different persons and different people's perspectives in the industry what your thoughts are on it. Also,
it's tough to see what I think ultimately when someone will name an artist I'm going to date myself like a Carole King.
Yes.
Before they mentioned a maybe more pop or more performance-oriented music, I would get really excited.
Yeah.
That's to me the bar when someone actually mentions a female crazy kooky artist, right?
Yeah, the ones that are excellent. Yes.
Hey, let's acknowledge that part of things, and then, there's other things too. But we're getting there, and with the Women's International Music Network, what is it that the everyday working musician can do to be part of the Women's International Music Network? What can we do to tell women to be a part of that?
Well, the first thing they can do is sign up for our mailing list, which is free, and it's on our site, thewimn.com, which is THEWIMN.com. So if you go up there and sign up, you'll get our newsletter once a month, and it tells you all the different events and things that we are hosting. Coming up in April, we are hosting a showcase at the ASCAP Expo, and it's one of the few showcases they do. They don't do a lot of showcasing at that particular event, but it is attended by a lot of great industry contacts. So we have a female showcase that we're hosting on April 29th in Hollywood. Nice. So you can look in our events list and see what we're doing there. And we also are about to open up submissions to perform at our showcase in Nashville in June during the Summer NAMM show.
Very cool.
Which is really fun, and it's the third year that we're doing it, and we've had great attendance at that. Of industry folks as well. So it's a nice way to connect with people in the industry.
Now, for this season or next season, what about artists who want to submit to be part of that showcase at ASCAP or submit to be part of the Summer NAMM? Is it to you, or is it through, Music Academy or ASCAP, or directly through Women's International? What do you guys do to take submissions?
We have a submission form on our website on thewimn.com. And so you fill out the form and connect us with your links for songs we can hear and, YouTube videos or what have you. And then I actually personally listen to every submission. I'm crazy that way.
There you go.
I like to hear it. Even if I don't pick people to be at the showcase, I like to know who's young and upcoming, who's doing really great things, because we do a lot of other stuff too, and sometimes I just want to know who those women
cool
are
people
who are doing it.
All right, so we're down to the last 30 seconds of this quarter already. And we're going to be going into the fourth quarter. See, we're football, so it's all about the quarters.
Or basketball.
But there you go. So what we were going to say was, when we come back, we're going to, of course, talk about everything that you're doing currently and in the future with your own music, your tours. And then, of course, we're going to subject you to the Quattro questions. And we'll tell you what those are when that comes up.
It's so easy. It's fun. We're here with Laura B. Whitmore.
Yes, so if you're listening to Laura B. Whitmore. She's a very amazing woman. And when we come back, we'll be talking to her more about everything that we just discussed that we will be talking with her about. So hang on the phone, and we'll be right back. Thank you, Mo's Guitars. Thank you, Studio at CCMA. Thank you, everybody that's a sponsor.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Mo's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit mozguitars.com or their Facebook page. MOZEguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Has your business been appified? Are you tired of doing marketing that doesn't deliver results? Mobile apps build loyalty and quality retention. Your app from UPG Mobile puts your business on their mind and at their fingertips. UPG Mobile will give you a custom app highlighting how you are unique, targeting your message, and improving your open rates. Appify your business and amplify your presence with your customers at upgmobilemarketinggroup.com.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
I raised $8,000 to build schools for South African children. After realizing how many people go hungry in San Diego, I now volunteer at a food pantry.
I'm spending the next year doing volunteer projects across 3 countries and helping in ways they designate to be the most helpful.
The World Link program at the Joan B. Kroc Institute for Peace and Justice recognizes the potential of youth as agents of social change. Learn how you can help youth become a generation of leaders in action at peace health.sandiego.edu.
You've heard me bragging about Progressive Medical Center and how they've helped me feel so much healthier. But one thing, Dr. Agoli, that a lot of people come to you with is just unexplained pain. They just can't get any relief. Why can Progressive Medical Center's Pain Management Center help them?
First of all, we have to acknowledge that pain is for real, and you've got acute pain and chronic pain. Here's the problem. That acute pain turns to chronic, which is long-standing, and no one's getting to the root cause. There's several key diagnostic components that help us get to the root of what's causing this pain. Is it inflammation? Once we do a thorough evaluation to get to the root cause, determine if it's structural or if it's a metabolic issue. And this way, we put an individualized program for pain management involving correcting the spine, using certain injections when necessary, and we get our patients out of pain quicker, and they stay out of pain because we teach them how to live their life well.
Don't let yourself live in pain any longer. Get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today at progressivemedicalcenter.com.
Progressive Medical, this is your life, live it well.
Talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Moe's Guitars is the proud sponsor of Girls Talk Rock. Over 35 years of helping girls and guys rock. Moe's Guitars, M-O-Z-E, guitars.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
And we are back with Miss Laura B. Whitmore. We are so excited to have her here today. And since we have a really short last window here, we're going to get right into it by asking Laura, have you or will you be in any types of talks with any network to make the She Rocks Awards more like a televised, like the Grammys, like an annual thing every year?
Well, I've thought about that, and I have pursued it a little bit, but my other thought is that I don't want a network to tell me what to do in my show, so...
You have to find a good marriage.
I don't know.
So how do you build a network? Because you're building everything else. Why don't we just build a television network that carries your own show?
You know TV, they want you to do stuff that's TV good, and that's not necessarily what I'm about, you know.
That's true. So we'll have to figure out how to work
want.
that. We'll have to figure out how to work that one out. That's a good answer.
They got to come to me and beg me, and then I'll be like, well, all right, I guess I'll let you.
As long as you let me stay in charge.
That's
as long
right.
as Laura
that's right.
B. Whitmore can stay general manager, all is right with the world.
Don't tell me what to do.
So now we're going to
love this woman.
So now we're going to talk about what's on your current radar with your current band and your current tour and everything.
Yes.
You tell us what you want us to know about all that.
Oh, my gosh. So I'm touring in June with two other singer-songwriters named Allie Handel, who's from L.A., and Laura Clapp, who lives in Connecticut. And we're a little group called She Three.
Awesome.
And the whole idea is we're going to each perform our original music in the round, but we're going to support each other with harmonies and instrumentation. And we're playing in New York and Connecticut and Boston and maybe a couple other places, too.
That sounds totally fun.
So super excited to do that.
Now, is that something when you're back out here in California, you might extend that tour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're trying it out. We're going to see how it goes, and then I actually am thinking about doing it in other places, including California. Probably over the summer.
Well, we expect you to come to San Diego, of course, because...
Well, I love San Diego.
Right? I mean, it's a beautiful town, yeah. So
we have open arms for you.
Give me a reason to come to San Diego. I'm totally there.
That's like a Tracy Chapman song. All of a sudden, she just wants one reason.
Tell me one reason to get here.
Yeah.
That's right.
One reason. That's all I need.
We would try to get you several. I tell you, I can't express to our listeners enough what an important person in Laura B. Whitmore is, just representing as a human being, because you really just take chances. And I think whether, again, for the women out there, especially the young women, I have to say, we wouldn't have the Laura B. Whitmores out there if you didn't take the chances you've taken. And
That's
so
right.
It means a lot to us to be able to talk to you and see some of your successes, and even some things that didn't work out that look like they came full circle eventually for you, like your own tour. Is something you've held out for, which is just so cool. If somebody wanted to buy your music, is it available online right now for them to purchase, or is that something that's coming?
it's coming. I've got one song on iTunes, one set. No, it's actually a great song. But I'm going to be recording before I do this tour, so there will be like an EP available soon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
We expect you to let us know so we can put it on our site.
Yeah,
and
of course we'll be
know.
sharing and promoting all the
gosh.
heck out of it.
That's the kind of
And
thing.
you can, if you go to laurabwhitmore.com, that's my site for my own music. You can see what's happening.
And you can hear her because I know we've been YouTubing
Yeah, we
you
were
today.
going to play your music, but we couldn't figure out how to do it from our iPhone, so that it would sound good.
We were like, hey, we were listening. We just think it's great. Everybody should take a good listen. You really just represent somebody who's doing your Madsen marketing. So super cool. Women's International Music Network in 2012. I can't believe it's only been since 2012 because it just seems like a mainstay.
It seems like it, yeah.
I want to send all our listeners to go to the WiMN.com.
Yes,
you guys
the
are
women.
members of NAM. You're members of ASCAP. Those smart ones out there, listen, you're members of the Music Academy. The associate members are voting, whatever. You're in the mix. You really need to be a member of the Women's International Music Network. That should be on your checklist of go-tos.
And give us the 2-minute story really quick on Acoustic Kitchen.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Acoustic Kitchen is a house concert series that I do in my house in Needham, Massachusetts, because I moved here and I wanted to consistently play. I actually open up every time I do a house concert. I play, and I bring great performers in to play, like really top-notch professional players, and I have this kitchen that's a big great room, and there's a grand piano in it and a PA, and I literally have a PA set up in my house at all times.
Darn it, we're wondering why we don't live back east and we aren't invited to these parties, because that sounds like something that we'd really love to do.
To come here.
That's right.
Yes.
Right.
Well, Beth and I may have to just get on a plane and come out there, because seriously,
I'm calling JetBlue.
we want to get into the Acoustic Kitchen. How much are the
I'm going to live
tickets?
stream some of it too. So
that's a great idea. Hey, if you do that, listen up, everybody. If you do this in your kitchen,
yes,
we want to be the first to know about your live stream, because
that's right.
Tracy and Bethy here at Girls Talk Rock.
Yeah, we like to put it out there into the ether and just let it happen organically, like you do. And also on Girls Talk Rock, we love to give the female musicians a voice, and that's kind of the reason we're also doing Girls Talk Rock. Although we do talk to guys from time to time.
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while. But we like to
But-
find out what the females in the industry are doing. So that's why we created Girls Talk Rock to begin with, and that's kind of where we're going.
Well, Miss Whitmore.
Yes.
You are getting to know us as well, and we're so pleased. But when you're a guest on Girls Talk Rock,
yes,
we just insist on having our Quattro questions.
Yes, Quattro.
And these are, there's no wrong answer. So
no, but
it's
it
all
just
good.
gives us some insight. It gives us insight.
We want to get to know you even more. This is intimacy for us. So, Tracy, you start.
Question number 1 to you would be, what is your spirit animal?
Oh my gosh, some kind of bird. I dream about flying a lot.
That's cool. Well, you are flying in your whole career and everything that you're doing, so that makes a lot of sense.
Right? Okay, I get to ask this one.
Yes.
What is your superpower?
Dun, 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 dun.
I know.
Oh, knowing when to shut up? I don't know.
Okay, we're going to cancel that out.
Superpower. Like Superman or Supergirl. What's your power?
You've got way too much to say to be quiet. We want to make sure you do speak out. Young ladies, you did not hear that.
You did not hear that.
I think my superpower is being able to make visions actually turn into reality.
Well, there you go. Okay, so you've got foresight.
Mama like that
We love
answer,
it.
yeah.
Okay, so if you could be on any major tour with any major band and you were actually a performer, which tour would it be? What would you be doing?
I want to tour with Annie Lennox.
Woo! All right, Annie, if you're listening, you heard it here first.
God, we're cut from the same cloth.
Annie.
Yes.
Come on.
Annie, let's get with it.
Let's
She
do it.
three's
Hire
ready
her.
to go.
I want to be singing on stage with Annie Lennox. How about that?
Damn, girl, I like it.
That,
It
we
makes
like
sense.
it. We like it.
You know what? I
Because
think
these dreams are made of this. That's
just
right.
bring her out to She
That'd be
Rocks,
great.
and she's going to fall in love
That's
with you
right.
away.
That's right.
That's
well,
right. I'd like to
we
do
want to
that.
know. Here we are. And hey, we're going to pose that to you because you are a dreamer and you go big, and you take chances. You
That's right.
represent
That's right.
how to do it and do it well. So we want to know ambitions right now. You looking to still take over the world, or you really just want to head to Maui for 2 weeks? What's
Yeah, and relax because you're so busy.
Well, I'm actually going to Italy because my daughter is out there studying, so I've already got the vacation plan. So after Italy, then taking over the world. So.
All right, cool. Well, we love world domination here at Girls Talk Rock, and we love the fact that you've been such an amazing guest. We want to thank you so much for your time. We are down to the last 30 seconds. What do you want to leave us with, Laura B. Whitmore?
Oh, my gosh. Just, be part of something great. Do your thing, too. Don't be afraid to be you and do your thing. Do your music. Do whatever.
You guys can find out
That's
more.
what we're doing.
Laura B. Whitmore, go to WIMN.com. You can also go to laurabwhitmore.com for her music. Of course, I encourage you all to the Women's International Music Network and become a member. Go
and be part of it.
Check out things. You want to be in the know. This is where you ought to be doing.
That's right.
And if you really want to know more about what Laura B. Whitmore does, go to Mad Sun Market.
And we're going to see you at NAMM next year because we're going to be there every year because we love it that much.
Yay!
We're fans.
Yay.
Can't shake us.
All right. Thank you so much, Laura B. Whitmore. You've been a fabulous guest. We've so enjoyed talking to you this whole hour, and we just absolutely love you. So we will be promoting everything that you do, so on Girls Talk Rock and all the rest of our pages. Thank you so much.
Thank you both.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit moesguitars.com or their Facebook page, mozeguitars.com, 619-698-1185.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Hey guys, CS Keys here to introduce you to San Diego's #1 health meal prep provider, Fresh and Fit Meals. With over 40 menu items to choose from, several pickup locations all over America's finest city, made and delivered fresh, never frozen. Save on time and money. Super convenient and improves the quality of your life. Just visit the website, freshandfitmeals.com, for all the menus and the pricing. Or give them a call at 858-805-5949 for more details. Remember, you are what you eat, so you might as well be fresh and fit with Fresh and Fit Meals.
Take a break from politics. Tune in and learn something. WS Radio shows are worth your time and are filled with tips and advice. Add us to your lunch routine, and we'll give you a meal for your mind.
Do you want to be a professional coach? Are you in business trying to make a real difference with people you manage or work with? Have you started a coaching practice that isn't quite getting off the ground? Get the skills you need to be a successful coach today with the Coaches Training Program from Accomplishment Coaching. The Coaches Training Program will show you how to help others focus and be more fulfilled. Whether you want to improve your company's bottom line or create a thriving coaching practice, Accomplishment Coaching can give you the distinctions and practices you need to coach others effectively today. Accomplishment Coaching has spent 6 years developing a cutting-edge coaches training program that will have you ready to coach people professionally in just 12 months, and you don't have to take time off work to do it. To find out more about the Coaches Training Program, just call 1-888-548-6813. That's 1-888-548-6813.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.